सूक्ष्माणि ही दोष देश काल बल शरीर आहार सात्म सत्व प्रकृती वैसा संस्थांतराणा यानी अनुचिंत्यमानानि विमल विपुल बुद्धे अपि बुद्धिमाकुली कुलु किं पुराणोक्ति. These are the 11 factors which one needs to assess before any type of panchakarma, before any type of procedure. This is the 15th chapter. So before snehana, before svedana, before vamana, or any type of procedure, we have to follow all these factors. And in snehana, before initiating, I think we are bound to follow this all the factors before initiating any snehana. So these are the factors which, especially the strength, kal, ahar, satme, and sattva, along with the other factors. These are the factors which we should concentrate upon. Next slide, please. So we'll start with the Sadhyasneha. Why we are always why the Sadhyasneha topic is there? This morning we are discussing the Sneha, or Uttam Matra, Madhyam Matra, and all those things. Then why at the end of the chapter, Charaka, Sushruta, and Vagbata all have advice to serve the Sadhyasneha. Please. So there might be the problem. Yeah, problems in routine Snehapana. So in routine Snehapana, there are several problems. Like first, need good physical state. As the Yesham Uttama, as we saw in Uttama Matra Sneha. So the patient needs a good physical strength to bear the strength of the Sneha. If you are asking the patient to consume 200 ml or 250 ml at one stroke, he needs the good strength of his Agni also and his body also. He needs to digest that Sneha. So one needs the good physical strength, then needs certain duration. If you want to consume the Sneha in 200 ml, 160 ml, then you need to reach up to that level. So you need the duration. Again, you need the duration for the digesting that also. Then has to follow certain set of rules and regulations. If you are consuming that much of quantity in one stroke, then you need to follow the regulations and produce unpleasant symptoms. You know, the patients are always complaining about the Brahma, Snehodvega, Tandra, headache, Shirogoro for the whole day, and they are calling you back again and again. All right? Yes. So these are the problems which are faced by the patients in the routine scenario. So, business type is so those who cannot afford or those who cannot bear all these problems, the next had suggested the Shigra Sneha, Satya Sneha. So Arundhata said Satya Sneha is the Shigra Sneha. The formulations which complete Sneha process at the quickest rate are called as the Satya. Then there is a Chira Sneha or the other type of Sneha. So these are relative that is called as Satya Sneha. So Satya in what term? Quick means what? So there is the term is in relation to the time or kal. Satya means quicker. So Arundhata says Tri Chaturaihi Ahobi Vinapi Sneha, or in Charka there is a Prakshipta Sutra Pito Dvivasana Yatna Sneha Achirataram, or again Dalana says Tat Eva Satya Sneha Viti Tat Eva. These are the limitations of the Satya Sneha. The 24 hours or below or below 3 to 4 days. सद्य स्नेह प्रयोगेन एकदिनेनपि स्नेहनम अनुजानि इति भवते चक्रपाणि says. So whatever sneha you are advising, that the limit of that effect of that sneha will be only 24 hours to 48 hours. If you are advising sneha for that period only, then it can be called as a sadhya sneha. Exactly. So where to use? When to use? These are the criteria which are advised by the text. Number one, balahineshu uddeshu mridvagni sriyathasu alpadosheshu. So the patient who are weaker, who are bala, who are vruddha, who are having alpadosha, and siddhamete vrutam pitam satyasnena vrutam radne rajasamedhyaya. they make the government or the king and the servants of the king who cannot tolerate any type of discomfort from the medicine also. So they are actually suggested Sadhya Bharavutadishu Sneha, Parihara Saišnashu, Parihara Asaišnashu, Yoga Iman Udvegan, Sadhya Sneha Pravite. So in all these categories, we need to prescribe Sadhya Sneha. These are the indications of the Sadhya Sneha, which we just discussed in the previous slide. What is the additional benefit of the Sadhya Sneha? Arundhata says, Nishparihara, sure. Sadhya, whenever you are using Sadhya Sneha, you don't need to follow the rules and regulations. You can just have the Sadhya Sneha. So, you need to follow the rules and regulations, mandatory for Sneha. Next slide. So, these are the various formulations which we are routinely using for the Sadhya Sneha. These are prescribed with the text, but what in practice, we very few of them we are using. Sarpishmati Payasita Yavago Sarpakundana. I'm practicing this few of them. Then Sharkara Chota Sayukte Donaste Gute Tugam or Dukva Kshiram Pivet Usha Satya This right. These are Shira Priya Guta Krishna or Kushara Tata. Tila Chudasya Tasne Panita Kushara Tata. Make the Kushara with the Tila, Buddha, Masha and add Bruta into that. Bruta Krishna. स्नेहंची तिला पूर्वम जगदास स्नेह पाणिता पुरुषाराच्या बहुस्नेह तिल कांबलिका तथा दार्शन स्नेह संयुक्त these are the things which we use as a suggestion. We'll move to the next slide. At the end of the suggestion, we'll discuss the practical thing. This is the theory. So, Charka didn't use the Sadhya Snehana term. Previously. This is the Charka Sutra. Here in this whole sutra, there is no mention of Sadhya word. Although all the formulations are of the Sadhya Sneha, but there is no term like Sadhya is used by the Charka. Next slide, please. So Charka used the Vicharana for all this Sadhya Sneha, and actually they are Vicharana. So Charka suggested to go in a Vicharana way for prescribing the Sadhya Sneha, and here given the another set of the indications. Sneha Dusha, Sneha Nitya, Mudhu Koshtascha Yenaraha. क्लेश असा मध्यनित्या तेषामिष्टा विचारणार या मध्यनित्ता if you are thinking of prescribing say Vilechana to Pitta Vyadhi and the patient is chronic alcoholic, so he may be having the chances of the fatty liver. So we have the doubts whether we should go for the full-fledged Snehana or not. In those cases, we can opt for the Sadhya Sneha. Next slide, please. Role of Lona in Satya Snehana. This is the most important factor from my point of view. For all the sneha, all type of sneha, we should use the Lavana. On tomorrow, I think on Sunday, then Moli sir is going for modern aspect. So I didn't take any slide from modern side. Otherwise, Lavana has a lot to say for the fat metabolism. Okay? Just I will tell you. Lavana, that is sodium chloride, stimulates the smooth muscles, and it increases the secretions also and smooth muscle activity also. So whenever you are going for the heavy diet, you need the like fatty diet is the Lavana only. So Ashtama Satya Snehana, Snehascha Lavana. Lavana is the Satya Sneha. It's a eight Satya Sneha suggested by the Bhagavata. Next. Practically, where we use. Number one, if you want to go for the Satya Vamana, we are practicing Satya Vamana in Maharashtra in routine. You are also practicing Satya Vamana. Before going for Satya Upasit Dosh, if there are the Upasit Dosh, you can go for the Satya Vamana immediately. But before that, you can have one set of Abhyanta Snehapana in the form of the Satya Sneha on the previous day. You can prescribe 100 ml twice, as I said the last line, or 50 ml twice or 150 ml in divided dose for the for 2 meals. You can prepare a Krushara prepared by the Tila, Buddha, Masha, and along with the heavy Gruta, along with Lavana. You can ask the patient to have 2 meals of that, and on the next day, we can go for the Sadyavana. So, we are prescribing Sadhya Sneha in Upasthita dosha, then lesser time of Sneha. If some patient is complaining, as I said, if we have the limitations, if the patient is not uh, having enough time and he wants to, the psoriasis patient is there, and we want to go for the Vamana, he is having severe itching, all those things. We want to finish the Snehapana within shorter period. We can go for the Satya Snehana in those patients. Patients having strong ullas and vomited Gruta or Sneha on the last day of the last 2 days or one day of the Snehapana. It happens due to Snehodve. A lot of patients vomit the Gruta immediately. All right. Yeah. So in those patients, you can ask the patient to have the. He calls you in the morning 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock. डॉक्टर साहब वो आपके यहाँ पे वो आपके लैंग्वेज में बोलता होगा उल्टी कर दी तो कुछ नहीं करना है again we can prescribe him the Satyas Niyamid in the next diet at 12 o'clock you ask him to have the again 100 ml of ghee in the krushara or sip chawal tandula and you can uh, continue the Snehana process for that day and again on the next day you can ask the next dose. So there's a dose of 50 ml twice or 100 ml twice is my practice. You can have the different practice also, but this is the tolerable dose from my point of view. The patient can tolerate this much of dose for one week. So this is the Satyasnayana. Next. So if this is so simple, why we are not suggesting Satyasnayana to all the people? Why we are not going for the Satyasnayana? It's so simple. Charak says, please, next slide. This is the limitation of the Satyasnayana. Charka has cleared it also. लोग में तो सब मैल हो जाते हैं यार ये अच्छा है सत्यों में जैसे सत्य शुरू कर देते हैं सो यथा आक्लेद्यम उत्पिंडम आसिकम त्वरया जलम प्रवृत्ति संसते स्नेहस्तथा त्वरित सेविता Charka has used the word त्वरित सेविता if somebody is pouring the water on a big say utpinda and some of the water is part of the water will stay on the that utpinda and some of the water will be washed away. चक्रवाणी says तेन एक दिन एव अधिक स्नेहपान क्रियता the criteria fulfill the purpose for which we are using the snehana. So this is the limitation of the Satya snehana. So we should not practice it in all the patients. We should practice in only the exception. Instead. So now we'll move to the Arohana sneha. So what do you think? Which text has suggested Arohana sneha? Yes. Next slide, please. Why Arohana sneha? First is the first problem is why Arohana sneha? And ये आरोहण स्नेह की यूज करना है if you ask any patient on the first day itself, you have to take 150 ml tomorrow. Will you be able to consume it? You have to take 200 ml. You will be clear. No. So this problem was there that time also. So there are always concerns about the administration of the Snehana in all the patients at all the times. That is why before explaining the types of Sneh Matra, my Charka has already cleared the first Anupan and all those things. He knew that Matra is coming. Before that, I will finish the methodology. So dose is the biggest concern for both the patient also and the physician also, because what type of which dose should be prescribed is the our problem, and how much quantity I should consume is the patient's problem. Next slide, please. So for effective Sneha prescribed through three ways. We know these are the three ways of the Sneha administration based on the dosages. Next slide, please. द्वाभ्याम चतुर्वी अष्टावी यामय जगति या क्रमात तसोमद्योतम मात्रा. These are the three matras which Charaka also suggested and Bapat also suggested. Next slide, please. But what our problem is? Nobody is able to assume or uh, understand exactly what dose should be suggested to different patients. Right? Myself, if I am taking the Sena, I will need the different dose. Another sir will need the different dose. This madam will need the different dose. No physician can tell just by taking the history of any patient. So we need to have some system for that. Next slide, please. So as I said, if we don't follow the Arnold's name, what will happen? So Sangra already mentioned that. अज्ञात पोष्टे ही बहु कुर्यात जीवित संशय. Here, Hindu has cleared the thing. बहु स्नेहो अशक्तस्य कदाचित जीव संशयम कुर्यात. अशक्तस्य. If you are giving suggesting 250 ml, 200 ml, 150 ml, and you don't have the idea of the patient's strength, it can lead to the fatal consequences, right? So, अन्यथा प्रत्यवाय वयंसा अरुण दत्ता says. Next slide, please. So, Arun's name matra is necessary for all of us. Next slide. As various spaces, Vangasena, Uraditacharya are also, or these are the first scientists who suggested the Arun matra, but it is not. The real hero is Bhagavata. Bhagavatam Chaturvi Ashtavi Yamai Jideti Yakraman. Rasumadhyatama Matram Astabhyasya Rasyasim Kalpai Viksha Doshadim. Actually, here itself is a guideline. He is asking you to go for the Rusyasi Matra first. And then he is suggesting you to go for the next Matra, and the next Matra, and the next Matra. Kalpayat Viksha Doshadim. Kalpana, you perform the procedure. Viksha Doshadim. Dosha, Veshaja, Desha, Kala, all these factors, consider all these factors, and prepare and decide your course and prescribe the Sneha. So Arundhata says, Dvapyam, Doshadina, Dosha, Desh, Kala, Bala, Sharir, Arsato, Tatma Prakriti, Viksha, Akalya, Prak Purvameva, Adnyatu Pushte Purusha. Just like we and the patient, Adnyatu Pushte Purusha, Uttama Matra Vishay, Purvam Rusyasim Kalpaye. Before going for the Uttama Matra, Purvam Rusyasim Kalpaye. Then comes the Sanskrit, Tato Raswam, Tato Madhyamam, Tat Uttamam Cha Prakalpaye. Tata means after. Tata means after. So first you give the Rusyasi, then move to the next, that is Raswa, then next to move Madhyam, then next you move to Uttam. You cannot reach to the Uttam Matra on the very third day after just judging the patient for the body. We have that taste dose or Rusyasi Matra. But based on that, you cannot predict the digestive capacity or the exact amount of the Sneha which will be needed for the patient patient who will have the Sneha Matra for the 24 hours. So this is the Tata is the after that. Then you should go in an increasing manner. Tata Raswam Tato Madhyamam Tat Uttamam Cha Prakalpa. Even Madhyam Matra Vishay Rusiyasi. Again the same thing. Rusiyasi first, then Raswa, then Madhyam, and then Raswa Matra also Rusiyasi first, and then Raswa. अन्यथा प्रत्यवाय भयंसा एवकारो उदाहरणे तू शब्दो यथोत्तरम क्रमनिर्देशः. Next is the क्रमनिर्देशः is explained by this two word. Then again Hindu says तस्य च स्नेहस्य रसो मध्यतमा मात्रा भवन्ति तास्ते इत्यादि द्रव्यमिति एवं क्रमादेव तद् लभ्यते. This should be followed in a sequence. You cannot reach up to the higher matra by skipping the previous matras. Next slide. This is a famous sutra from Kalyan Karaka. Here, Swayam Nara Snehananta Paro Grutam Tirotvam Va Kramavardhitam Pibe. This is the first time which clearly mentioned that Kramavardhitam Pibe. Three Pancha Saptamiyam Prayatnata Tatastu Satmyam Prabho Ishyatam. Next slide, please. For rotating one body, we need to give the increasing the sneha in an increasing manner, and you can give the sneha for 3 days, 5 days, or 7 days. Exactly. This is Vangasena. Snehapan Vidyathay. The second line. Trikarsharda Karshena Vruddhi, Sarda Palam Tatha, Tata Karshavi Uddishcha Bhavet Yavat Palatrem, Totopicha Palardena, Vruddhi Yavat Shatpalam, Matrem Snepanasya, Jaganya Madhyam Uttamaha. But this matra seems to be of the Shaman Sneha. This is the sutra of the Ballabhik Sneha. Sneha, the first matra is the precursor, that is 30 ml, 5 ml after that, up to 3 per, so 120 ml. So from 30 ml to 120 ml, you will need lot more days than 7 days. Then from 120 ml to reach to the 240 ml, he has suggested to take the one karsha again, 10 ml again. So you will need another 12 days. So this seems to be the matra for the Shaman Sneha. So this is not the Vardhamana matra as various texts are saying that Vangasena has prescribed the Vardhaman matra, but this is not for the Shodhan matra. The Shodhan matra in Arovana Krama is explained by the Arundatta only, given by the Bhagavata. Next slide, please. Next slide, please. So in conclusion, for all types of Sneha, that is Rasva, Madhyama and Uttam Sneha, also Shodhana as well as Shamana purpose. One has to pass through the Arvana sequence. Next slide, please. As in the morning we discussed, no text apart from the Tikakaras, commentators. Nobody has given the quantity of the Sneha to start with. Everybody is talking about the Jaram Prati or Agni, the nature of the Agni. So अन्यस तो फल द्वय पंचदशे फल षट संख्यावचिन्ह मात्रा न च एतत् उच्यते. नेक्स्ट स्लाइड प्लीज. तो स्टार्ट कैसे करें? Who has explained that? कितने दिया? 30, 40, 50. अपने मन से ले रहे हम लोग. कहाँ से आए? आंकड़ा कहाँ से? From where it has come? डलना 11th century. Last slide. अग्नति क्रमेण एकयाम परिणामं मात्रां पातुं प्रयोज्यते फलमित्यर्थः. This was the first time given by the Dallana that Yathagnim Prathama Matra, as Sushruta says. Agnim Prathama Matra on that verse, the commentary is Palamityartha. So this is the range, approximate range from where you can start the Sneha Matra. Rusipsi Matra you can see. This is Prathama Agnim Matra. So this is the first time and the only commentator who has given the Palamityartha. No, Hindu में नहीं है, अरुंधत्त, Hindu, Chakrapani, Himadri. Nobody has given this exact quantity. यथाग्निं प्रथमं मात्रं पायति चक्षणा सुश्रुचिकित्सा 31st by 30. Next slide. So Shodhanartha Sneha Matra, there are two opinions. Everybody is aware of it. Shodhan Sneha by Bhagavad, Uttam Matra and by Chara. So who is correct? Who is correct? Bhagavad or Chara? Why? We are practicing Charana only, but we follow Bhagavad for the way next time. Then whose point is clear? Whose point is more appropriate? Next time, please. Assessment of appetite is very important. Daily dose is regulated according to the. We'll come to that. Daily dose is regulated according to the time of the arousal of appetite. Dose is decided on the daily basis to reach up to the Madhyam Adha limit for 12 hours. Next slide. before few days, we were having some discussion from Panchakarma team. We were talking about the setting SOPs. I don't name the place where we had a big in regarding this SOP of the thing was in Purva Karma, along with the Sneha Svedana, Vajana should be included or not. What do you think? Where is the reference? There are two references. Where is the reference? Who says Vajana should be there? Before Vamana and Virechana, before Sneh or Shodhana to Snehpana, before going for Snehpana, right? There should be Pachana and Deepana. Am I right? Well, we are doing it routinely. Right? Where is the reference? Bhagavad Sutra 13. Pachana and Deepana is Snehi. Vedeshata. Right? Along with that, we have the second reference. This from Ashtanga Sangra Sutra 27 chapter. This is Vamana chapter. He says, Nehasya Panat Purvancha Datavya Mudulesham Uttejana Utashasya Koshta Lagavaricha. Uttejana Utashasya for stimulating the Agni. We should go for the Mudulesham because we are going to prescribe the patient with a lot of sneha, which is having guru property, manda property, stira property, pichil property, and it is very heavy to digest. So we need to correct Agni first, and then we can go for the sneha. That's why Agni, the work of the Agni is very important in that aspect. Next slide, please. Apart from those specialty factors, Tarka says this way. Just before starting the Matra chapter, this 28, 29 से आप ये मात्रा वाला जो सुबह हम लोग पढ़ा थी उसका मात्रा जो पढ़ा ना उसके ऊपर खिलाएंगे वो कर्तु व्याधि पुरुषान प्रयोज्य जानता हुए these are the four factors which need to be taken in consideration apart from all the other factors before prescribing any sneha. One is the okasasana of the patient, rutu at which or during which you are prescribing the sneha, vyadi in which you are prescribing the shodhana. On the basis of that, you can go for the on the basis of you can select the sneha and as per the purushana prayojya janata bhaveta. Depending on the strength of the patient, acuity of the patient, sadhana of the patient, sattva of the patient, and all the other factors of the patient, you have to prescribe the matra and the sneha for the snehapana. And again, asam prayogan vakshami purusham prati. It will again vary from patient to patient. Next slide. So Shodhana Snehmatra. We'll move to next. Snehmatra again. So should have some different opinion. As all of us know. 5 types of sneha he has suggested. Next. The basis for that. He has chosen some different parameters for prescribing those 5 types of the sneha. Quantity of doshas, benefits of the said administration of the matra, and the duration of the digestion. This is the sutra. This is the first part. This is the second part. This is the third part. First matra for alpa dosha, second matra for madhyam dosha, third matra for bahu dosha, then glani murchamadhanitva, and then kushta visho vinmada graha prasmaranashini. Then benefits, ya sa matra dipayati, sa ursha brahani, snehaniya sa matra, then matra pujita auratra, and then last one. And chaturbhage ayani, that is Rusesi matra, 3 hours, 6 hours, 9 hours, 12 hours, and 24 hours. These are the 5 dosages prescribed by the Sushruta, which are throwing the light on the quantity of dosha, effect of the snare on the body, physiology, and pathology. Next slide, please. What शमन बृहणवतु स्वयं साधनत्वात् शमन बृहण शब्दाभ्याम मुक्तो स्वयं शोधनस्य तु स्नेहस्य विरेचनोक्तैव मात्रा बृहत मात्रा. He's talking about the if you are Shamadi Bhuti, you are going for, then you need to follow the virechan of the eva matra, whatever matra you are prescribing. Yes, and Shamana Sudotananda Madhyamatra Shasate. Again, the same rule, Shamana, you should take the Snehapana in the around the 10 o'clock. Shodhan Matra at this time or Shaman Matra before time. The purpose of your reaching to the body, reaching to the cells are different. In that, in the first portion, you need to stimulate the dosha, udira dosha, and here you need to pacify dosha. So, Sotosam kapadi upalepa nivartanartha sampruta sa sneho na sarva sharir vyapnute. If you are taking the sneha, shaman sneha uh, in the early morning, there will be the kapha lip in the sotas, and it will not be get absorbed from the inside the body. It will not solve its purpose. So it should not be taken in the morning. You should take it in the when Bhumukshit is there. Bhumukshit is there. Exactly. So Charka has expressed the indication of Snehapana in detail based on the matra, means which matra is to be consumed by whomsoever. They elaborated three types of matra. The indication in terms of the nature of the patient, nature of the pathology, where the same is to be applied, and benefits of every type. In the morning, we have discussed this in a detail with Rajesh sir, so I will not discuss the things. Next slide, please. Next slide, please. One point which I was keeping in thought. As per our understanding, Varshodhana, Uttam Matra is explained by the Vagbata and Madhyam Matra is by Charaka. But as per our, you can say, respect for Vagbhat never crosses the line. Now, Vagbhat never contradicts Charaka and Sushruta. As per our understanding, am I right? Here, he has never crossed the line. So how we can do it? Is there something that we are not taking it in the right way? Here, yes. This word, that doshanukarshini is the word. Next slide, please. This is the Sukhenacha Snehati Shodhanarthi Cha Yujjate. Here, Madhya Matra, Charaka clearly mentioned that Shodhanarthi Cha Yujjate. Next slide. And this is the Raso Matra. I will not ये जितनी भी मात्रा कहेंगे ना, they are in relation to each other. If he's saying that parihare sukhache sha, that means the other matra are not parihara sukha. They are in relation with each other. So this matra is kept away, and Uttama and Madhya matra should be considered in sync with each other. Next slide. Next slide. Contradictory or difference of opinion between both Varmata and Charaka. These are the two contradictions. Madhyam Matra from Charaka and Uttam Matra from Varmata. Next. This is the Sutra. Uttam Matra spreads all over the body. Sarvamarganusari. But there is one word along with that, that is Doshanukarshini. It spreads throughout the body, but it scraps the dosha from the channel. It doesn't pacify it. scraps the doshas and it spreads throughout the body. So scrap doshas come into the circulation and they are meant for the Shodhamuni. The problem is the problem is we cannot continue the Uttam Matra for 3 days or 5 days or 7 days. You cannot prescribe the diet because Uttam Matra is a 24 hours digestion. Then where will the next diet? So again, you have to give the Snehapana on the next day. Then again, Snehapana on the next day. Then again, that's why Yesham Uttama Bale, Pao Uttam Bale. It has been said for that. Otherwise, Uttam Matra is also for the Snehana because it scraps the doshas from the channels and it throws away the doshas from the body. So I have written like, one article for this topic only. Please write. This is the article where you can have the details of all the sutra. I have explained this sutra. From my point of view, Uttamatra is also for the Shodhana, but practically it is not possible or it is not feasible for suggesting and prescribing the Uttamatra. That's why it is not in practice. Practically, that's why Charka has suggested to go for the Shodhana Matra as a Madhya Matra as a Shodhana Matra. Next. So in conclusion, both Uttama and Madhya Matra can be used for the Shodhana purposes, but based on the strength of the patient and condition of the agni, generally in the maximum patient, Madhya Matra is adopted. For achieving Samyak Sniগ্ধ based on administration of the diet during Snehapana, the diet of Madhya Matra Sneha can be managed easily than Uttama Matra. That is why Charka has clearly advised Madhya Matra Snehapana for Shodhana purposes. Please. Now, dose fixation. As I said, Dallan has suggested one pulse, 10 or 20, 10 or 12, anything we can consider. 10 ml, if we consider one tola or 40 ml or 48 ml, you can go. So approximately 30 to 50 ml is the range in which we can suggest So symptom and duration. These are the most important things. Ask the patient about the arousal time of the appetite. Increase the dose to fill the gap of the remaining hours. And during the last 2 to 3 days, either some symptoms arise or the appetite gets prolonged up to the desired. So initial 2 to 3 days are okay, but next fourth, fifth, and sixth days are the important days during which you should uh, concentrate on the quantity of the sneha. In practice, we generally follow one quantity, but don't we generally don't do that. We generally ask the patient and fluctuate the doses 40 80, 120, then 160, 150, 170, 180, 200, 220, 210, 230. Like that, we should change the dosages for attaining the summative reduction. Next slide. This is the Snehan Patrak which we routinely follow. Here, these are the matra, then this is the time of the Snehapana, this is the Shuddha Prachiti time, then Sneh Janan Kalavadi, what is the time needed taken for the digestion. Then these are the Pachamana Sneha Lakshana, Krishna, Brahma, Arati, Shiroru, Murcha, Shirogaro, Nishtiv, Rullas, Darshul, Taha, Sadaklam. These are various symptoms which are in the text or which are not in the text. Most of the signs symptoms are taken from the text, but some of them are the practical also, like Udarshul or Sad or Rillas or Nishtyo. So Rillas is not mentioned anywhere. Next, and then this is the Mala Pariksha, uh, frequency of the Mala Pravrutti and timings. Then Varna, then Varcha Asahati, Varcha Snigdata, Penilata, Pichilata, Adasta Srilakshana are the parameters uh, which we assess. Then Mutra, Sankhya and Suruparana, Apan Sankhya Surup, Udgar Sankhya Surup, Snehodvega, Anga Snigdata, Anga Mardav, Glani, Angaragav, Vimalendriya, and Vedi Lakshana. Daily, we should also assess the Vedi Lakshana of the patient also, because they are also indicating sometimes the Utklesha of the dosha. So, this is the pattern which we assess of every patient. In the evening, PGs get a call from the patient, or the PGs call the patient and take the full history, note down the things. Every time patient may not be able to come to the hospital for daily assessment, we on telephonically we ask the patient to keep the things uh, at him wherever whatever we ask. So this is the pattern which we follow. Next, previous. Chaman's name. This was the Shodhan's name and Shaman's name. Uh, in my practice, at least in Nagpur, 60 in IPD, 60 to 70% patients are from the neurological or musculoskeletal category. In your IPD also, it might be the same. In all the patients, we generally follow the SNAP. In maximum patients, from the third day or fourth day onwards, I start the Snehapana starting from the 30 ml. I generally mix two Sneha. Go along with the mass Sneha, go along with the Daimatic Gruta, go along with the Vedaratic Gruta. There are two purposes. The cost of the Sneha, because medicated heals are costly. Every patient cannot afford it. So I mix the two Sneha for that purpose. Palatability also, because Panchadikta Grut cannot be palatable by every patient. So I mix the two Grutas at every point. Even in Anvasana also, I mix the two oils, Tila Taila plus Palashvana, Tila Taila plus Sachana, the same rule, just because the cost and affordability. So 30 ml is the minimum dose from which we start. Again, the timing 10 or 12. The patient is specifically asked not to take the breakfast which is served in the hospital. He sometimes complains, मुझे नाश्ता नहीं मिल रहा है, आप hospital का पैसा बचा रहे हो. But ignore that. We need to do that because that's never. You do it in sunrise time. Yes, Chaman Sneh. Chaman Sneh. Chaman Sneh. That's Chaman Sneh. I'm talking about the Chaman Sneh. I'm talking about Chaman Sneh. Chosen Sneh is already explained. It is taken early in the morning around 6 to 7. Yes, that's why 10 to 12. That's a 10 to 12. So 30 ml. Then uh, I try not in all the patients. If the patient is in need of the more sneha, I increase the dose. 30 ml, 40 ml, 50 ml, 60 ml, 60 ml 2 days, 60 ml 3 days. Then again 70 ml, 70 ml 2 days, 3 days. Then 80 ml 2 days, 3 days, and I reach up to 90 to 100 ml or 110 ml. Uh, as per my experience, at 10 o'clock, Sean Matra, no. This is I'm just increasing. Sir, Shaman Matra is not mentioned. Exact for that. But I increase this also our own matra because Shaman Sneha. Because because Bhagavad has suggested Shaman Sneha in Madhya Matra. And Charka also has suggested Shaman Sneha in Madhyama and Uttam Bhuta Matra. So if we are going for the Putta or we are going for the Mat, so Madhyama and Uttam Matra, I generally do uh, reach up to, because we are asking the patient to take the ghee at a 10 m or 11 m. So the appetite uh, reaches the उसको भूख नहीं लगती up to 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock. Then I stop the process, maintain it for another 3 to 4 days, and then stop the process. Or as madam said, slowly taper off or stop the process and ask the patient to follow the Pratyahara. So this is the way in which I practice the Shaman Sneha. Next slide. Need of Vicharna. Generally, Vicharna Sneha is also needed during our practice from third day onwards. Some patients may request you to take the sneha for the vicharna sneha from the first day, but we always counsel don't do that. Third day, fourth day, or fifth day, and the last day, when you can ask the patient, but if possible, counsel the patient for not going for the vicharna sneha. Tea, Krishna milk, or any other favorite article. Next slide. This this is something which is not mentioned in the classes, which is in practice. Whatever I'm practicing, I may be wrong or maybe right. Yeah, वैद्य समूह संशय कारण श्रेष्ठा. So let's discuss this. Menses start हो जाते हैं बहुत बार स्नेहपान. When you start the स्नेहपान on the third day, due to the sneha vatanodama happens and menses get started. Up to third day or fourth day, I generally ask the patient to stop the ovum, but a lot of times it appears on the just day before the vamana or day before the virechana. That time I continue the process with the Rudu yoga. Means Vamana I carry with the Uta only or Virechana through Uta only in a short course. Generally I carry. Otherwise, if I initially it is in the just Sukumara. I consider them as Sukumara, no Sharenik strength, and follow the Mrudu procedure in the patient. So now regarding this last discussion, 3 and 7 days. Limitation of the SNEHA. Practical administration of the Shodhana Sneha within specific time limit. स्नेहस्य प्रकर्षतु सप्तरात्र त्रिरात्र गौ. एतच्च वक्ष्यमाणं सद्य स्नेह प्रयोगातिरिक्त प्रयोग बोद्धव्यं यदि वा सद्य स्नेह प्रयोगापि त्रयेनैव स्नेहयन्ति स्तुत्यर्थं तु तेषु सद्येति उक्तम्. Very important observation by Chakrapani. Again, I will draw your attention to this line of the Chakrapani. Chakrapani has mentioned regarding the duration of the Satya Sneha at two places. This is the Charak Sutrasana 13th Tika, and whatever I mentioned in Satya Sneha, that was on Charak Siddhistan 1 Tika. Right? Here he's saying Satya Sneha Prayagapi Trehen Eva Snehayanti Sutyartham Tudeshu Satyaitiktam. He's saying that बोलने के लिए वो सत्य है, अदरवाइज 3 दिन वाला जो है उसको सत्य बोलना है. ऐसा चक्रवाणी यहाँ बोल रहा है, लेकिन वहां पे बोलता है कि एक दिन नहीं करना है. We'll consider it as a one sneha. Next slide. And This is not the Satyasneha. This is Satyasneha अतिरिक्त प्रयोग. Next, everybody knows this sutra. Trayavaram saptadinam parantu snigdho naras vedaito vyavtaha. 3 and the 7 days are the limitation. Two things are very important. Chakrapani has discussed a lot of things in this recap. These are the two limitations: 3 days and 7 days. For Shodhana purpose, you cannot come below the 3 days and you cannot go beyond the 7 days. Is the rule. नीचे बहुत सारी टीका, बहुत सारा डिस्कशन, विल डिस्कस दैट थिंग आल्सो. बट जहाँ पे मुझे समझ में नहीं आता, wherever I get confused, I follow one rule. मैं बारी की चरक बारी. चरक बारी. So if Charaka says कि 3 and 7 are the limits, then we should follow the limits. We should not go for Chakrapani, because again the same question: Chakrapani बारी की चरक बारी. चरक बारी. So if Charak says these are Trayavaram Sapta Dinak Parantu, then we should follow 3 and 7 days, because in the Tika he has discussed that you can go beyond that also. Next slide, please. Why not cross upper limit of 7 days and what is? सप्तदिनात् परेण क्रियमाण स्नेह सप्तरात्र प्रयोगेन सात्विक भूतत्वात् न स्नेहनवादिकं शरीरे करोति. यावत् मात्र स्नेह प्रयोगेन सप्तदिनोपयुक्तेन स्नेहमृतं स मात्रा सात्विक भूते. Everybody knows सात्विक भूत. Sattvic bhut has two meanings. We'll discuss that those further. Here, the last line is important. Chakravarti says, अधिक मात्रा या साध्याता न गता सा सप्तरात्रात परेणपि कर्तव्य एव वैद्यस्तु सप्तरात्रात अस्निग्धे पुरुषे किंचित विश्रामं कृत्वा पुनधिकया मात्राया स्नेहम् उच्यते. Chakravarti is saying that. Next. This is the second sutra by Charak himself. मृदु कोष्ठात विरात्रेण स्नियति अच्छोपसेवया स्नियति क्रूरकोष्ठस्तु सप्तरात्रेण मानवा. ननु चक्रवाणी says, ननु यदि क्रूरकोष्ठस्तु सप्तरात्रेण स्नियति इति व्यवस्था तथा कथनीय न आता परस्तेन अवश्यति अध्ययन सप्तरात्रेण अपि अस्नेहनम् उच्यते. ब्रूम सत्यम. अगर किसी पेशेंट को if patient cannot complete his snehana within 7 days, then what? परम क्रूर कोष्ठताम अपेक्षकृतया स्नेह मात्रया स्नेयति यदा तु हीन मात्रा प्रयुज्यता सप्तरात्रेणपि न स्नेयति. सत्यम क्रूर कोष्ठ सप्तरात्रेण एव स्नेयति. It is the rule that that क्रूर कोष्ठ person should have the snehana completed within the 7-day limit only. If it is not getting completed, then it's the Pesha Vaishya Vaidana Viguna Tapurasya. It's the Vaidya mistake. Dosage fixation is wrong. So Vaidya is at fault. He has not assessed the cost of the patient and he has missed the birth. So it is the mistake of the Vaidya. Next slide, please. Yatu Tantrantar. Again he Chakravarti is continuing. Recent discussion के उसने 3 षट्क नवरात्रेण स्नेहपान विद्यते इति अनेन सप्तरात्रात् ऊर्ध्वमपि स्नेहनं विहितम्. And he himself is clear that आचार्य अनभिमतमेव. आचार्य को वो expected नहीं है. Otherwise Charaka himself had cleared that Trayavaram sapta 9 दिनात् परन्तु. Instead of that, if he is saying sapta दिनात् परन्तु, then it is sapta दिनात् परन्तु. He is not considering the nowadays opinion of the other people, of the other acharyas. The tika which I mentioned again, atracha satrata urdam sneha prayogasya nisheda trihatarva prayogasya nisheda. This is the line which is very important. Atracha satrata urdam sneha prayogasya nisheda. Upper limit. trihatarva prayogasya nisheda. 3 दिन के पहले भी नहीं करना है. सत्य स्नेह प्रयोगेन एक दिनेनपि स्नेहनमनुजानीत इति भवते. Here is saying that सत्य स्नेह is one day only. मध्य कोष्ठानंतर प्रति स्नेहन प्रकर्षकाल यद्यपि न उक्ता तथापि मध्य विधया 5 दिनेन मध्य कोष्ठस्य स्नेहनं देयं. 5 days is the limit. Next slide, please. Some acharyas have opinion that if the patient is patient with the mrudu koshti is not having the snehana completed in the 3 days, then he may develop the Sapni Bhava. Chakravarti says wrong opinion because Chakra has given the limitation for the Sapni Bhava up to 7 days. So it is a wrong opinion. But again, if he is not completing the Snehana within 3 days, then there are two mistakes. Either the Koshta is wrong or the dose is wrong. यतः सात्वी भाव सप्तदिन निर्वर्त इति आचार्योक्ता तेन अत्यल्प मात्रा प्रयोगेन स्नेहेन क्रिया यदि न स्नेहति ऋतुकुष्ठः तद अधिक दिनानि अपि तत् स्नेह करता है स्नेह चल सकता है. दिस इज सुश्रुता विवेक त्रयम चतुरहम पंचहम षडहम तथा सप्तरात्रात् परम स्नेह सात्वी भवेत् सेवितः. He has not given any criteria for that. Even he has not said the limit also. He just mentioned the days, number of days. He has not said the lower limit also. He has not explained the upper limit also. He just mentioning 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 दिन में आप स्नेहपाल कंप्लीट कीजिए. उसके परम स्नेह सात्विक होती. लोअर लिमिट ने दिया है. लास्ट इज द विकल्प संप्राप्ति. अन्य तो मृदुतर मृदु कोष्ठापेक्षया एक द्वित्रयम मध्यम कोष्ठतर तम मध्यात चतुर्पंच षडानि क्रूरतर क्रूरतम कोष्ठापेक्षया सप्तौ अष्टौ नवानीति दिवसानीति. So Dallana has elaborated that point. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. मृदु कोष्ठी मृदुतर मृदुतम 1, 2, 3. मध्यतर मध्यतम 4, 5, 6. क्रूर 7. क्रूरतर 8. क्रूरतम 9 days. But again, we cannot go for that because Charka says Trayavaran Saptadina Parantu. This is the opinion of the Dallan. This is not the opinion of the Sushruta. Sushruta says 7. Param Dinak Sapti Bhavet. Yes, saying that. Next slide. Dallana has given elaborated Sapni Bhava concept. The point is Sahavartati Sapyam. Asapyam yatra Sapyam Bhavati Sapyam Bhavati. Atmashadvatra Deva Paraya. आत्मनि काय यद वर्तते यद उपशेते न विकाराय भवति सुखम च कोर्दित्यर्थः. The quantity which will not do the utsklesha, will not create discomfort in you, will be called as a सात्विक. If the patient is saying साहब वो खा लिया और भूख 10-11 बजे तो मैंने खा लिया 250 लेके, तो समझ लेना सात्विक हो गया. उसको डिस्कम्फर्ट नहीं हो रहा है, उद्वेग नहीं हो रहा है, उत्क्लेश नहीं हो रहा है, उल्लास नहीं हो रहा है, सर दर्द नहीं हो रहा है, तो स्नेह गेट्स सात्विक इन दैट पेशेंट. So तत् सात्वी भवति इति उच्यते. एतेन स्नेह कार्यम् उत्क्लेशनादिकं न करोति आहारवच्च सात्वी भवति. Just like a food, the sneha will be digested or will behave just like a food. Next slide. One second. A different observation. Such a सात्वी भवनम वात प्रकृतो ऊर्ध्वांगमावर्ते बोद्धव्यम. सात्वी भाव will be attained in the patients having the Vata Prakrito and Urdhvamurte. But if the patient is of Vata Kapha Prakrito, Punah Anukleshayava, he may not have the Satvi Bhava in after 7 days also. Next. Ashtanga Uday. Again. Samyak Snigdho Athva Yavat is the addition from Bhagavad. Bhagavad has added a lot of things, just like types of the kapha, has added a lot of things throughout the Samhita. One of them is this. This is the Charak and Sushruta, and this is the addition. Samyak Snigdho Athva Yavat Atha Satvi Bhoit. Now the interpretation starts from here. Samyak Snigdho Athva Yavat, the meaning what? Yatha Chatvari Adi Panchavastya Vidyaticha, this is Mrudu, Madhyam and Kuru Koshta. सम्यक स्थित लक्षण तथा चतुष्पंचात्म स्नेह मध्य कोष्ठ तो षड्रात्म विवेदिति असम्यक स्थित अथवा यावदिति अथवा न इति नियमः सम्यक स्थित लक्षण उत्पत्ति एव 3 4 5 6 days forget everything. The rule is the सम्यक स्थित says backward. Next slide. Sangra says सात्वी भूते ही कुरुते न मला. This is the second explanation of the सात्वी भाव. सात्विभूति कुरुतेन मलानमुदीरणम् अतियोगेन वा व्याधिं यथाम्बोभो अतियोजनात् यदुतु सप्ताहानपि स्निग्धलक्षणोत्पद्यते तदा दिनमेकं विश्रमे पुनः संयोजयन्. This is Hindu. Next slide. and we'll conclude. Himadri has given the beautiful explanation of this. So, what is the explanation of the Yavas like the Lakshman? Ah, क्या था वो? हाँ, next previous. हाँ, सम्यक सिद्धो अथवा यावत. Next, सम्यक सिद्धो यथावत यावत. Next, हाँ बस. हाँ, yes. फर्स्ट आयुर्वेद रसायन हाँ यावत वा स्निग्ध लक्षणोत्पत्ति मृदो क्रूरे च हिमाद्री से he says यावत स्निग्ध वाला जो पोर्शन है that it has explained different expression what we are considering if he is not attaining the सम्यक स्निग्ध लक्षण up to 7 days you can proceed further up to सम्यक स्निग्ध लक्षण whenever you will get am I right this is the interpretation no it is not Himadri says the interpretation is Mrudo and Krure Koshte. If the Mrudu Koshta is not attaining the Samyasnigdha Lakshan within 3 days, in that patient you can proceed for 4, 5, 6 or 7 days. And in Group Koshta, you need not to wait for the 7 days. You may get the Samyasnigdha Lakshan. If you are getting Samyasnigdha Lakshan in the 4 or 5 or 6 days, you can stop that at that point also. So he is satisfying both the things. The 3 to 7 limit is also there. And Vagbata Yavat Snigdho Athva Param is also satisfied by Himadri's this. In case, yes, limit will be the 7 days only. In case of Urdu Koshta, if Snehapana exceeds the duration of the 3 days, then it will be continued till some the symptoms up to 7 days. 4, 5, 6 भी ले सकता है. And in case of कुष्ठ का रूल क्या है 7 दिन. तो आपका क्या है कि कुष्ठ होगा तो 7 ही दिन लेना है. No, even if he is finishing at the if he is showing the summary declaration at the 4th day or 5th day, you stop at that point. You need not to continue the Snehapana till the 7th day. Is the interval. In case of the Kuru Koshta, upper limit will not be mandatorily 7 days. If symptoms of the Samyak Snigdha start appearing before 7 days too, one can halt the Snehapana process. Bhagavata does not cross the limit of the 7 days as per Himadri. So conclusion. Whole discussion at the conclusion of the whole discussion. First, limit extended beyond 7 days is not accepted by any major text. No charak, no sushrup, no Vagvat, no Hruday, no Sangraha. Though Vagvat assess still the symptoms of the Samyak Snigdha appears, it is in context of the Hruday and Kuru Koshta, and it is also within the boundary of the 3 to 7 days. Suggestions of extending Snehapana beyond 7 days are by Chakrapani, Dallan, and Arundatta, but not supported by text enough. Before initiating Snehapana, assessment of Koshta is necessary, which assists in deciding the dose of Sneha for Shodhana within the duration of the 3 to 7 days. Next. So, I assessed all the signs and symptoms of Samyak Snigdha Lakshana. So, first day of the Snehana, or first 2 to 3 days, Vatanurogam, Pittogni, Angalagho. Then next 2 to 3 days, Snigdhata in Purusha, smoothness in the body, Klama and Glani. Next. And last 5th day onwards, Snigdha Purusha, Snigdhata Change, Snigdhatva Rasatya Darshan. This is the next. So here is the snare part of it. I'll move to the last 3 minutes. This is the Koshta assessment. There is no standard protocol. So, regarding Samyak Snigdha Lakshana, Yoga, Ayoga, Agni Parikshan, Koshta Parikshan, Desh Parikshan, Kal Parikshan, we all are subjective. I'm not. Right? We are generally assessing all the things. Truth parts of the नियम कैसा लग रहा है हल्का हल्का लग रहा है क्या हाँ लग रहा है हो गया am I right ऐसा ही करते हैं ना हम लोग ऊर्जा अग्नि मनाना है तो हाँ भूख लग रही है हाँ हो गया so do we have any objective criteria for that no we are blind you are just whatever दिल को अच्छा लगता है पूछना उसको भी और अपने को भी and we say we have done the सम्यक procedure am I right yes so I'm continuously trying to develop various skills for that Sir, again, those are limitations. Will not again, we need the standard criteria for that also to compare the things. Fat will be achieved, but not in every patient. Then again, the same thing. So again, that will be up to what quantity fat cells should be there. We should have the standard parameter. Asamat virtue, all these things. So we have a lot of. Yeah. Again, yes, sarcopenia should be there. Fat cells. Yes, sir. I agree. But again, what I'm saying, we need the standards for that also. If the levels of the sarcopenia are found in these pieces, uh, that should be considered as a summit near or whatsoever. Take the vacha. So we need to develop those standards. So I'm continuously trying for those things. एक नस्य का बिंदु standardization मैंने किया था. वुमन के लिए वेग उपवेग और अंतिक और मानिक एक standardization मैंने already कर दिया है. Yeah, moisture test is there. We are actually, I think everybody is working on that moisture test. One moisture meter is there. Anybody know? Does anybody know? One moisture meter is available in the market. You can Google, Amazon पे खोज लीजिए. Sir, there are actually I know that moisture meter. उसमें होता क्या है, पेशेंट एक कौन सा साबन यूज करता है वहां से लेके, सो सीजन कौन सा है, अगर इट इज कमिंग इन द विंटर सीजन और हाँ ओके, but again those have the limitations. So standards, yes sir is suggesting a lot of pieces is there, circularity is there, moisture meter is there, but we need the standards also. So we are trying to develop those standards. So in question deciding scale, I based on the signs and symptoms. Just to make the objective parameters to objective parameters. They can test all these here. Yes, sir. I tried a small thing, question deciding scale. Please distribute this to. We'll do the at the end of this session. We'll do a simple test. पोस्ट परीक्षा अपना अपना करना है, किसी को अपना पोस्ट मालूम है खुद का, सबको अंदाजन मालूम है, कोई श्योर है नहीं, अपन विल ट्राई दैट. ओके, सो आई एम मूविंग टू द असेसमेंट ऑफ पोस्टर डेलीगेट. मिनट यूनिट बदलना. Next slide. So fundamentals of the question. We'll discuss question first. Until then, the scale will be distributed. The Costa from Ayurveda perspective should be looked from both the points of views, that is anatomical as well as physiological. In Ayurveda, Costa is explained in two ways. Anatomical Costa is also there and physiological Costa is also there, right? Anatomical structure is the meaning is Antara Jataram or any one viscera of the body or abdomen. As all of us know that in a Panchadash Kostangani or Ashtadash Kostangani or Panchadash Kostangani by Charaka, Charaka 7 and Sushruti 4, Sushruti 3, Ashtadasha Kostangani. So we know that these are the anatomical structures. Next slide, please. Anatomically, Costa is said to be the group of the organs related to the thoracic, abdominal, and pelvic cavity. In physiological aspect, helps in understanding the nature of the bowel. Mrudu Costa, Crude Costa is not the anatomical term; it is a physiological term, right? So, next slide. It views in three different ways, based on which classified into three categories, namely Mrudu Kosti, Madhyam Costa, and Crude Costa. Next slide. For the physicians of Panchakarma, the importance of assessment of Costa. Every Panchakarma physician should follow the Koshta assessment routinely in its practice because a lot of things has been explained on the way based on the Koshta. It works as a predicting or the prognostic value for the physician. दुर्नामना इति उदावर्त परमो अयम उपद्रवः वातावेभूत कोष्ठानां तैर्विनापि सजायते. Udavarta can occur in patients of the vata dominant koshta. The patients of true koshta are prone to have udavarta with or without harsha. Here it's a prognostic value. Next slide please. For deciding the dosages. द्रव्य प्रमाणं तु यदुक्तम् अस्मिन् मध्येषु तत् कोष्ठवयोबलेषु तन्मूलमालम्ब्य भवेत् विकल्पं तेषां विकल्पः न भावः. While deciding the dosage of any medicine, the physician should think of koshta, vaya, and bala and value of the patient. Even Sushruta has explained the matra of prominent virechan dravya based on the koshta. Tatra mrudo matra mrudvi tikshna krure madhya madhya kartaveti. Sushruta Chikitsa 33. It's a woman virechan chapter. So for woman and virechana, for selecting the woman virechana dose, we should assess the koshta first. So should assess. Next slide please. For deciding the course of panchakarma, Ruksha Vavanila Kurukoshta Gayana Shiranam Diktanam Vaishajam Avirecha Devyati, Tibyo Baskim Pura Datta Tata Sika Virechanam, Shakur Diryatava Kinchi Dictionary, Palavirti. If the patient is having Ruksha Koshta or provocated vata or Kurukoshta, if given Virechana medicine gets digested without producing its effect, so before going for Virechana, administer Basti, Palavarti, and Snikta Virechana to comfort the koshta. Next slide, please. For selection of the drug for panchakarma, as I discussed, Prudu Koshta Ditam, Dirurtam. Next slide. For assessing effect of Virechana drugs on the koshta, as we said, Sudha in Mrudu Koshti. Next slide. For assessing Vyapat or complication, in patients having Guru Koshta, not under one Apanga and Svedana is given Basti with Shita and thick in consistency, Alpasna and Lavana, and lesser dose, it will create the Vibandha. Right? So, various types of assessments are needed based on the Koshta for assessing various things in Panchakarma. Next. So, factors helping assessing the nature of Koshta. So, Koshta किन चीजों पे decide होता है? What are the factors based on which the Koshta is divided, decided, assessed? Next slide. These are the four factors. Nature of the koshta is decided on the based on response to the specific aroma of food. In the morning, we discussed that Udirana Pitta. Daksha make sure some pilu. That's Sutra. Duration needed for completion of the snayana. Rudu koshta वालों का 3 दिन में, क्रू कोष्ठ वालों का 7 दिन में, मध्यम कोष्ठ वालों का 5 दिन में. Then based on the response to Shodhana, this is by Himadri and dominance of dosha de koshta. कौन से दोष का? By Sushruta also and by Vagbata also. Next slide. Response to the specific aroma of food. Tatra Vahupitto Mrudu. Sushruta has explained two. Mrudu and Krukoshta. Tatra Vahupitto Mrudu Sarvichate Kshir Kshurasa Amla Chakra Vastu Guna Kushara Sarpi Navamanja Prodaka Pilu Raksha Puga Paladyapi Bahuvata Krura Sadurviliche Tripala Kilvaka Tirutta Nani Paladyapi. So after giving this Viricheta Dravya also, if the patient is not producing the enough Lulomana, the koshta can be said as a cruder and water will be dominant in that. And with those medicines, this simple Anulom medicine also, if it's forgetting, the koshta will be said as a crudu. Next slide, please. Next slide. Duration needed for complete Snehapana. Yechas niyati acha panan prayasha, 3 sapta pancharatra iti. So 3, 5, and 7. Rudu, Madhyam, and Koshta. Next slide. Himadri. This is different criteria. Himadri has taken the Shodhana criteria for assessing the Koshta. Madhyamena Shodhanena, if you are giving moderate Shodhana and the patient is responding, Dina, then the Koshta will be Krura. If the patient is responding heavily, the koshta will be mrudu. सम्यक योगी मध्य, हा संसर्ग सन्निपातस्थो अवस्था पूर्व, डिपेंडिंग ऑन द अपर कंडिशन. नेक्स्ट, संग्रह से कोष्ठस्थविदभवति मृदु क्रूरमध्यस्य बहुपित्त मृदु बहुवात क्रूरः बहुश्लेष्म समदोषश्च मध्यः. This is based on doshas. We need to discuss this. Next slide, please. Very strange. We generally think the relation of the koshta with the vata and pitta. Here, Arundatta has related koshta with the kapha. अरुंधत is saying कोष्टम मृदु मध्य लक्षण विभाज्य विचार्य श्लेष्माधिक्येन मृदुत्वं श्लेष्म मध्यत्वेन मध्यत्वं श्लेष्म हीनत्वेन क्रूरत्वं गमने कोष्ठस्य बुद्धत्वं. And he has taken the reference of the Charak Siddhista 1/9. श्लेष्मोत्तरै चन्द्रके दुःखम. He is taking that basis and saying that if kapha is more, mrudu koshta and kapha is less than crude koshta. And Sushruta Dalana is saying Yoga Vaitva lies at the Kapha. We are generally are aware of Yoga Vaitva of Tila and Yoga Vaitva of Vata. Here there is a different Yoga Vaitva. This is Yoga Vaitva of Kapha. Yoga Vaitvam Tatra Tvasya Kapasya. Karnadi. Till Vata Kapha can Kura. That's why Kapha is attaching to Pitta, it will become Murdu, and if it is attaching to the Vata, it will behave the Kura. Next. Next. Due to the presence of kapha. See, एक आपको एक सवाल पूछता हूँ. मध्य कोष्ठा has two components. Kapha dominance is also madhya kapha. Sorry, madhya koष्ठा. And samodosha is also having madhya koष्ठा. Samodosha means vata, pitta, kapha are in an equal quantity. And kapha dominant, then automatically other two will be the lesser quantity. Then also the madhyam koष्ठा. So having kapha into different quantities producing the same result, that is madhya koष्ठा. So if the patient is coming to you, how you will judge the patient whether it is of a samodosha or kapha problem. Next slide. Arunatta has explained it. श्लेष्मादिके मध्य कोष्ठे न सम्यक् विरचित्वं समकफे तु मध्य कोष्ठे सुविरचित्वम् इति. Give the viration to that patient and if madhyam shodhana, and if the virechana goes proper, then that the patient is the samadoshatva, and if virechana doesn't go the proper, it is the madhyam koshta dominated by kapha. Next slide. This is the sutra. This is my favorite sutra. एक मुझे अलग अंडरस्टैंडिंग सूत्र से मिली जो मैं आपसे शेयर करता हूँ. He is talking about the grahani. उदीर्ण पित्ता अल्प कफा grahani mandamaruta. He is saying that in the organ grahani, when the condition is udirna pitta, manda kapha, and manda maruta, then that grahani will behave like the mrudu koshti. Right? In the morning we have discussed this. Next slide. एक अलग 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 थिंकिंग I will share with you. गुरु कोष्ठस्य ग्रहणीगतो वायु गुणादीनं सरत्वं प्रतिबध्नाति. मृदु कोष्ठस्य ग्रहणीगतो वायु नास्ति. Guru Koshta, if there is a Guru Koshta, then Saraguna of the Pitta will be prohibited by Vayu. And if there is a Murdu Koshta, there will be the Mandamarta condition. Okay? So different. इसका मतलब ग्रहणी के ऑर्गन में दोषों का अलग अलग कॉम्बिनेशन है ना. We'll go to the back to the Prakriti. Sir, I was searching the Prakriti for the question. And to my surprise, I didn't find a single reference of Kushta in any text. No Charaka, Sushruta and Vagbata. तीनों में प्रकृति के एक्सप्लेनेशन में कुष्ठ का वर्णन कहीं पे भी नहीं है. There is no reference of the nature of the kushta in the explanation of the prakriti. Why? The properties which are given by or derived by the Prakriti will never change in you. Am I right? That means Kosha is never permanent. Kosha is always changing. Kosha, that's why I'm saying this previously. Udirna pitta alpa kapha grani mandamorpha. This condition is going to change every time. In the old age, in the grani, Vata will be dominated. Am I right? That's why the patient comes with the Triphala churna le raha hu, I am churna le raha hu. Am I right? Gandharva tel le raha hu. Am I right? Patients are always taking on their own various types of the Anuloma because their Koshta has changed its nature from the original one. So the nature of the change, nature of the Koshta continuously go on changing. That's why there is no reference of Koshta in any explanation of the Prakriti in any text. It's a different understanding I got. So Koshta is changing in nature always. Next slide. Next slide. Vata dosha, next slide. Already we discussed. So this is different thing. Urta Vapata, I mentioned the 5 days duration for the submitting the June 7 days and this is next. This Kapha Prakriti people Kota say to Madhyam type and Santoshi Prakriti also have the Madhyam Kota. Next slide please. Next slide please. Next slide please. Go ahead discussion. Now coming to the Kota deciding scale. This is the last point. 5 minutes. Next. Methodology. I have published this article in 2024-23. Coastal deciding scale. 100 patients are selected. Actually, we have a lot of patients. Everyone is having the lot of patients for the स्नेहपाना. Woman organization के लिए हर ओपीडी में भरपूर patients चलते रहते हैं. We assess the cost. We had a previous table of the costa. We modified that. 100 patients were selected. Clinical profile was prepared based on the 6 major parameters. A detailed questionnaire was prepared to assess the parameters clearly to avoid any ambiguity. Because every time uh, the question should be said, which will be asked to the patient. These are the 6 parameters which shows the nature of the ball of the patient. Number 1, frequency and consistency of the stool. Please see to your coastal deciding scale. Coastal function chart. Frequency and consistency of the stool. Mrudu frequency 1 to 4 times a day. Madhyam coastal 1 to 2 times a day. And Krura alternative or more than 7, more than 2 days. Then consistency unformed, formed or soft, formed and hard. Then second, effect of taking hot milk, hot water, etc. at night. The typical Mrudu Sutra. Everything, every time water is useful and frequent. No effects of this food products, and no effect even after using the mild laxative, as we discussed in Mrudu. Then efforts for passing the stool without any effort very easily and satisfactorily in Mrudu with normal efforts and satisfactory, with more efforts and unsatisfactory in the Mrudu. Time taken for the repetition 1 to 4 minutes. Saralpo is more in the Mrudu Koshta. That's why 1 to 4 minutes, 5 to 10 minutes in the Madhyam Koshta, and more than 10 minutes in the Mrudu Koshta. बहुत ज़्यादा देर तक बैठना पड़ता है. Then filling of the urge for the defecation. Filling of urge as wake up in the morning. उठता है तो stomach disturb रहता है. Immediately has to go. That is Mrudu Koshti. Filling the urge within 20 minutes of the waking up. That is Madhyam Koshta. And no feeling of urge and needs to take some articles like food, hot water, tea, etc. or some other things like reading a newspaper and all those things which stimulate the Koshta. This is the 5th point. 6th point, history of the disease. Patients having the history of hemorrhoids, fissures, and fistula are have the tendency of having the true Koshta. Hemorrhoids, fissures, and fistula. So I would request you to everyone to assess one's own habits, boil habits, and try to fill up the paper. खुद को ही पूछे सब डॉक्टर से यहाँ पे. I don't need to explain the question here. तो एक बार डाल के देखिए, you will have the idea of the question and the marks are there. टिक करो, ये पूरा स्टैटिस्टिक्स बना के पूरा आता है. ऑटोमेटिकली जितना टिक होगा उतना नीचे मार्क्स लिखना है. You will get the idea of your question. Just take 2 minutes. हाँ, स्कोरिंग इज गिवन इन द ब्रैकेट. उतना नंबर देना है. आपके पास ही रखो, मुझे नहीं. Anyone, I will not ask you to tell me the which type of question is. I just want you to just check whether your observation regarding you are correct or not, and they are reflecting in the paper or not. हम लोग अपना खुद का जो क्वेश्चन मानते हैं वो सच में पेपर पे आता है कि जस्ट चेक इट आउट. Just for the sake of the understanding of the concept of the question, how we can practically judge the. इससे idea बहुत सारा आ जाता है. And based on this, I am practicing now. We are assessing the question first, then we decide the approximate dose in which pattern we should follow, and the strength of the medicine. Because मृदु कोष्ठी है तो वमन में कितने ग्राम देना है, मृदु कोष्ठी तो इच्छा विधि कितनी देनी है, चूर्ण तौल कितना देना है. We can judge the patient based on this. So this is a small activity from my side. That's it. हो गया? हो गया क्या? Is it like that? आपको लग रहा है, जिनको लग रहा है मेरा ऑब्जर्वेशन और ये सिर्फ उतना हाथ पर कीजिए. My observations are reflecting on the paper. Just I want to know whether I am going in the right way for my sake. So, thank you, thank you. So next slide, please. This is the way in which we follow. We just tick 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 tick. Patient मध्ये गोष्टी है. Next. So observation मृदु कोष्ठक कैसे करना है. तो मृदु कोष्ठी पीपल, मध्य कोष्ठी पीपल और पूर्व कोष्ठी पीपल की कुछ ऑब्जर्वेशन हमें मिले. Mrudu Koshti people, deciding factors are according to data point number 3. Efforts for passing stool, usually filling of the urge of defecations are happening with maximum frequency. Efforts for passing stool, minimum efforts 1 to 4 minutes, and filling of urge of the defecation immediately going to the toilet after getting up in the morning, right? Suggests the individuals with Mrudu Koshti have the tendency of passing the stool with the minimum effort and waking up in the morning with the urge of the defecation. Next, Madhya Koshta. Right. Tendency of 1 to 4 points. Tendency of passing the stool with firm consistency, have no effects of the laxity of the stool, and the time taken for defecation is 4 to 10 minutes. Next slide, please. And Guru Koshta have the hard stools with alternate days and no feeling of urge of defecation until taken. Some articles are majorly deciding factors for the Guru Koshta. Next slide, please. So these are the scores actually. How we decide when Koshta deciding scale for Mrudu Koshta is 12 or more than 12. When the scores of the Kuru and Madhyam are below 12, the Koshta is said to be Mrudu. When KDS is Madhyam Koshta is 9 or more than 9, when the other two are below 9, the Koshta is said to be Madhyam. When the KDS of Kuru Koshta is 12 or more than 12, when the scores of the Mrudu Madhyam are below 12, the Koshta is said to be rural. Thank you very much for patiently listening me, and I thank our beloved Principal Sir, Shreya Sir, Sugar Sir, Enanmat Sir, Shreya Madam, and all of you for patiently listening me and for inviting me, sir. Thank you very much. Thank you.